Hey folks, welcome back to Ed's Garage, coming at you from Germany. So today I'm in, as you can see, I'm in Geldern, Germany. I'm actually on vacation right now, but I just got an article, or I noticed an article, we got some leaked photos of the Ioniq 6, so I was super excited. I didn't want to wait till I get back because I'm getting back on July 13th, so well after the reveal. So I wanted to quickly touch base and analyze these photos with you guys, so let's have a look. So the first thing I noticed when I look at this first photo is that it appears as though the entire vehicle has kind of been stretched vertically a little bit versus the prototype. So it sits a bit taller. Now obviously that makes a lot of sense because of course you're going to need the headroom. The prototype was very, very low, very sleek, and it looked amazing. But I got to say, this still does look amazing. They did a great job, you know, taking some of that, some of the elements of the prototype styling and moving them into this actual vehicle. So this is what the final product will look like. Look at those wheels, guys. Those are unbelievably cool looking. Huge wheels. Looks like they've got to be at least 20 inches. The other thing that stands out for me is the headlights right in front of that sort of muscular hood line. That looks really, really cool as well. Now further back, you'll notice the back end tapers off quite a bit, so it's got that teardrop design. So I'm guessing this is going to have a really quite a good aerodynamic low drag, which is pretty cool. So we'll see what sort of range this car gets, but it is going to be sitting on that same EGMP platform as the Ioniq 5, of course, and from what I understand, it's going to have the same size battery as well, so undoubtedly better range thanks to that more sleek body design. Now, having a quick look at the back, very, very Porsche-esque design. I think there's no denying that whatsoever. They definitely took some styling cues from the Porsche lineup. But notice it's actually got the spoiler right underneath the window with the long sort of light bar on it. Now, I'm not talking about the bottom one because it actually appears to have almost two spoiler-looking sort of design features, which is quite interesting. And I think that's because there was actually a teaser photo released a few months back, and a lot of people were noticing, or maybe it wasn't a teaser photo, but maybe a spy shot. A lot of people were noticing it didn't really have much of a spoiler. So there is a little bit of a lip right above the Ioniq badge, or the Ioniq name that you can see there inscribed along the back above that sort of row of pixel lights. But there wasn't really much of a spoiler. So because of the concerns there, Hyundai decided to add that. It's pretty cool. Now, also in this photo, you can see the top edges of the doors. They do kind of extend into the roof line. I think that's a cool look. Really tiny mirrors, though. I'm guessing those are cameras for the South Korean market and maybe some other countries. But of course, in North America, we're just going to have normal mirrors there. So just keep that in mind. All right, now zooming in on what is sure to be an aluminum alloy wheel, just to give you an idea of what those wheels look like. My guess is the black portion is actually solid as well. So aerodynamic efficiency being of utmost importance, of course. Really, really low profile tires. Nice little sort of almost like a front splitter on the front bumper there. Not really, obviously, but kind of a design element. Looks like it also has air curtain pass-throughs as well. And you can see the side of the daytime running lights as well. So from a side view, you'll actually be able to see this vehicle. I don't know if it has a marker light anywhere on the side or if it'll have that for the North American market, but pretty cool looking nonetheless. Now getting a better look at the side profile of the front of the vehicle. So yeah, you can see those sort of wingtip mirrors or cameras or whatever those are. Looks pretty nice. The cut line doesn't appear to be as aggressive in the doors as some of the other Hyundai products right now. But looks good nonetheless. And notice the rocker panel actually sort of has, kind of hard to explain there, but the color kind of gets thicker towards the front, towards the wheel, and then thins out. And that angle kind of flows really nicely with the rake of the window. So the window doesn't appear to be too raked. So good. Looks like it's going to have pretty good headroom, you know, despite being a lower car. So I guess we'll have to wait and see for the reveal. All right, now here's an overall view of the side profile of the vehicle. There you can see that double sort of spoiler in the back. It's reminiscent from an older vehicle from the 80s, and I can't put my my thumb on it. I'm just trying to remember which one it was, but I just can't remember. Cool profile though. Again, you can see the rocker panel, sort of the colored part of it there, thickening near both the wheels. I think that looks really good. As for the tail, it almost looks like it sits a little bit higher than the front. giving the whole sort of vehicle kind of a sporty stance. Very, very cool looking car. Of course, you got those flush door handles as well. Undoubtedly, those will pop out the same way they do on the Ioniq 5. All right, and finally, we're getting a look at the interior. Now, this is the only shot that I've seen so far, other than the teasers that Hyundai released already. But look at that ambient lighting. Hopefully it's actually that bright. Notice along the top sort of half edge of the door, it's really, really bright there. And then of course we also have the single strip of light kind of going along the dashboard, very similar to the current Elantra. The Elantra, of course, has that sort of same strip in the Ultimate with Tech for 2022, and then the Ultimate for 2023, as well as the Luxury for the 23. Now this one, of course, does have a center console running through the middle there. But look at the size of those screens, or that screen rather. It looks like one screen, but it is indeed two 12-inch screens similar to the Ioniq 5. As for the steering wheel, looks like they carried that over from the Ioniq 5 as well. I don't see too much different there. But let's zoom in a little bit here and have a better look. And yeah, by the looks of it, the steering wheel is basically the same as the Ioniq 5. Instrument cluster and infotainment screen are definitely a little different. They're probably the same sort of, screen integration, but it looks quite a bit different here. I don't know what it is. It's almost like it's not as wide, but that could be the angle of the photo. But yeah, you can see the shifter there is the same, so that rotary sort of shift thing, and then of course you got the paddle shifters on the steering wheel for your regeneration. But yeah, I'm a little mystified by that bright sort of object in behind the steering wheel and the screens there. I wonder if maybe that's the screen for the side-mounted camera instead of the side mirrors. I wonder if that's what that is that we're looking at there. And finally, looking at the center console in between the seats. I'm not sure exactly what those controls are there in front of the center console armrest. But it looks like maybe some switchers or whatnot for maybe for the heated seats and stuff like that. Hopefully those things are located there. And then there's kind of a big long sort of empty gap in front of that. No idea what's going to be there aside from maybe some cup holders. Maybe a place to put the phone, wireless charger, that sort of thing. And then it's quite dark, but it looks like undoubtedly there's probably going to be some under console storage there as well. Now keep in mind, the full reveal is tomorrow, so stay tuned to watch that. I will link that somewhere in a description if I do a video on these vehicles tomorrow. Hopefully we get a little bit more information. I'm sure we will get a lot more information during the reveal tomorrow, so stay tuned for my next video, and don't forget to subscribe. And that's pretty much it. There was a couple other photos that were rather dark and dingy, so I didn't bother sharing them on here. And they don't really reveal anything different than what you've just seen. So that's pretty much all I've got for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you happen to be a dealer or a dealership, or located at a dealership here in Germany or in the Netherlands, please let me know in the comments below. I'd like to meet you, maybe come out to your dealership, have a look at some vehicles that we just don't carry in North America. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.